Annette King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question's to the Minister for Social Development and Employment. Does she stand by her statement that the government has an unrelenting focus on jobs and work?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, this competent and hard-working minister does stand by her statement that the government has an unrelenting focus on jobs and work.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question. If her unrelenting focus on jobs is working, why did 1,600 people apply for 110 jobs at Bunnings in Dunedin, 2,550 apply for 150 jobs at a Mount Roskill supermarket, and 100 people in Tauranga applied for one receptionist job? And could the answer be the focus has been too little, too late, considering unemployment went up by another 19,000 in the last quarter?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, this government feels sorry in many respects for all those job applicants. They used to have jobs, but those jobs were based on too excessive government spending, an unsustainable housing boom caused by the mismanagement of the previous government. And they are only going to get jobs when this government's program of building confidence of businesses to invest and employ makes more progress.
The Honourable Annette.
Your question, Mr Speaker. Are the long queues for jobs we're seeing around New Zealand and the latest unemployment figures, which she described as a shock to her, the reason that she admitted last week that aggressive is not the word that she would use to describe the so-called recovery, putting her at odds with the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the recovery has been quite considerable. As was pointed out to the House yesterday, the economy has turned round from a 1.5% to 2% shrinkage to now on a path to 2 to 2.5% growth. That is generating a consistent rise in hours worked, and it is generating a drop in unemployment, which is not as fast as we would like. But the lesson we've learned out of that, the unemployment's dropped from its peak, the lesson we've learned is that jobs based on the kind of growth that government promoted, which was funded by excessive borrowing and not growth in the tradable and export sector, are jobs that are unsustainable.
Supplementary
Katrina
question,
Shanks.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, has he received any feedback about how the 90-day trial is creating jobs?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, in fact, yes. The Minister has received feedback from employers who have made it clear that the staff they have taken on recently under the trial period would not have got jobs if it weren't for the opportunity for those young people to get their foot in the door, show that they can prove their worth and, for instance, thereby earn the opportunity for an apprenticeship.
The Honourable Annette King.
Mr Speaker, when she said there had been a 40% rise in online job adverts and that she could see the employment situation improving, had she seen the report by the TV3 reporter Patrick Gower that some of these jobs are duplicates? If so, what is the real number of jobs available?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, there are any number of ways of measuring changes in employment, ranging from the job ads in the newspaper to the online jobs, to the various surveys carried out by the Department of Statistics. But one thing is quite clear, that at the bottom that unemployment has peaked, that employment is growing. We wish it would grow faster, but we don't have the choice of just cranking up the recovery. The government is already putting about $9 billion of cash into the economy, supporting thousands of jobs through job schemes, through its extensive infrastructure investment. But in the long run, more jobs are about building the confidence of businesses to invest and employ, and we're working relentlessly on that.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question. Having said she backs unemployed people all the way and constantly promotes her job schemes, is she aware that these programs are hardly making a dent in youth unemployment, up 65% since June 2008, to a disgraceful total of 68,200. And I don't think the Minister could say that unemployment has obviously peaked.
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the Minister does promote the job schemes vigorously because they are providing the opportunity for around 9,000 young people to keep contact with the workforce. The fact is that the new jobs that get created are created not because the government's going out and spending up large or because households are borrowing a whole lot of money. It's because we need to rebalance the economy, grow the tradables and exporting part of this economy and create sustainable jobs through business investment and employment.
Question number 2, David Bennett.
Mr Speaker.